I love to share things, and I love to share things that have worked for me in the hopes that they will also work for you. I'm Amy. This is Aging Audaciously, where we have fun breaking the rules. Have you ever heard of a brain room? It sounds like a place where people experiment on your brain. No, but it's a place where you can develop and visit your own brain. I know, that doesn't sound right. So this is not my invention. I first heard of this from Shannon and Quinn, and I will leave links down below where you can watch her original video about the brain room, where she first heard it from a therapist. So it's not my invention, it's not her invention, but man, she really got it popularized. So I'm also going to be straightening my hair because heaven forbid I just do one thing. So I just want to share with you what my brain room is like. My brain room started off as just this really old school type of, almost like a control room. Think of like a 1950s science fiction movie control room. Okay, so great big levers and wheels and dials and almost analog-like. And I would walk up these metal stairs. Well, first, let's set the stage. So I would get in a comfortable position, close my eyes, almost like meditation, almost like that. And then I just visualize myself going to my brain room. I'd walk up these stairs, and again, it was like this round metal contraption. I'd open up the door, go in, and then I'd look at all my different levels. Health, energy level, mood level, was I being creative or not? My weight level, how easy it was to maintain a healthy weight, different things like that. And I would dial up or dial down, shift levers, like it was pretty involved. And I told my sister about it because I was like, you go in and you kind of manage your health in a way. She thought it was such a great idea. Well, she went off on this, like to the point she told me that in her brain room, she had a whole cabinet of herbs. She had these comfortable chairs. She had decorated her brain room, okay? So decorated it. And I was like, wait, what? I could decorate it? Come on now. And so I realized, why am I limiting myself? Why am I limiting myself, right? She had created different tools for her brain room, so I could create them as well. And then I just want to have a little aside here. The tools I'm using to straighten my hair, I don't always separate my hair and put that over on the side to get to the under, but I thought I would today. So I use a old school sort of teaser comb. I don't know what these are called, but it's very narrow tines on that. So I get it, I brush my hair and then I comb it. And then I have a straightener, Chi. It's so old you can't even see the markings on it anymore, but it is a Chi. And while not cheap, Chi is not cheap, it has lasted so long. So it pays to invest in something that's worthwhile, right? So then I've combed it, I hold it tightly like that. I take the straightener up to the top, close it tightly, keep a hold of my hair, slowly go down, and voila, there's the first piece. All right, back to the brain room. So I thought, why am I limiting myself? So the next time I visualized my brain room, I was like, why am I in this weird 1950s metal containment unit? Why not have it be a lovely cottage that I go to? Why not something like that? So indeed, I started decorating my brain room, right? And I now had comfortable chairs, like big cushy chairs, and a fireplace. And I had an apothecary chest with herbs in it. And one day, while I was visualizing my brain room, just a sec, sometimes I have to go back and rebrush. And as I go in the back of my head, I start taking bigger chunks. So one day I'm visualizing, and all of a sudden there's 2 cats in my room. I'm not even kidding. There's just, it's not like I made a decision to have 2 cats in my room, but there they were. And one was an orange striped cat, and one was a gray cat. Now, I've never had, well, maybe I had an orange striped cat. Yeah, I guess I did. And I did have a gray cat at one time, but it had been a long time since I had even thought about these animals. But so I see these cats, and I'm like, all right, let's be honest here. I'm in a brain room visualizing my health, creativity levels, energy levels, things like that. So of course, I am going to ask the cats, like, who are you? What are your names? What should I call you? And they told me, and they were not. So the orange one is Lisette, and the gray one is Guinevere. And that very first day that they showed up, they went to the herb cabinet and chose herbs. I'm not even kidding. I wrote it down after I came out of my brain room visualization. And what was it? Let's see. It was for a tea. That's what we're choosing herbs for, is for a tea. And what would help me. Now, I should have tried it in real life, but I just drank it in my tea room. I know. Anyways, it was anise, cinnamon, and spearmint. I have no idea what that would taste like. Well, I have idea, but I should really try it in real life, because there have been more teas chosen, more herbs chosen every time I go there into the brain room. Okay, so let's see. I've got this side done. So it's pretty good. This is my hair last night after my shower. I did blow it dry. And then this is just what it looks like when. So it's not that big of a difference, but if I didn't blow it dry, it would have been much curlier and potentially frizzier. So on this side, I'm not going to take part of it and flip it over. I just want to show you how, sort of like the easy button. So I continue visualizing this brain room. Now, I don't go into it every single day. And sometimes, to be completely honest, sometimes it might even be like a month where all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I haven't been in my brain room. So I'm visualizing. I go in my brain room, and my dog shows up. This is the dog that, our last dog, Rascal. Black lab, and just my little shadow, he was. Followed me everywhere, took him on walks every day. He was just a sweetheart. And so he died in 2017. And I just was like, I'm never having another dog. So because he was it for me. And he showed up in my room. And I can't stress enough how I did not deliberately have him show up in my room, but he showed up in my brain room. And the cats were fine with him because he is a sweetheart. And so what happened with that is because now there's a dog and 2 cats. I do feed them, by the way. I come in, make sure they have fresh water, make sure they have food. It's like Sims characters. It's okay if I don't visit. It's magically they have food and water. That's just how I live with myself when I think about, oh, I haven't been there for a month. But anyways, so the room continues to change. I'm taking a big chunk now because you know what happens? I get bored. I get bored with straightening my hair, but still hold tight. And this is slow and tight. And there you go. So now I have a door that leads out to a garden. And it's got this beautiful path, wildflowers and trees and birds and butterflies and the cats and Rascal. And I go out and we walk through the garden and Rascal frolics and the cats kind of, play with the whatever flowers and bugs and things. And so it's become this entire experience now. There are times that I do an entire visualization, like, where I sit down and I'm very methodical about it and visualize the whole thing. And then there's other times where maybe I'm feeling a little stressed, just a little stressed. And I can just drop in, like literally just drop in. I don't even have to close my eyes if I don't want to. Maybe I'm in a meeting and it's just stressful or just something isn't right. I can just visit my brain room with my pets, sit in a chair, have them lounge around me, have a fire going. Okay, here I am trying to end the video. My phone the storage had run out. I'd run out of storage on my phone. It's not a good sign. So I have been just working through that. And then I had to go to work. And so now I'm done with work. So I'm just going to finish the video just to say that the brain room now has become a place for me to relax, if that makes sense. It's a stress release, a relaxation. It brings me joy. And also, I think it helps that I still, even though, I've decorated it and have comfortable furniture and I've got the animals with me, I still have the board that is like with, dials and levers and stuff like that. I've also, though, upgraded to sort of like a full body scan type of thing. So it's like I can say, get rid of calcification and magnify my my pituitary gland, or that is not even the word that I meant to say. Anyways, you get my point. So it's like the best of both worlds. So I feel like I'm doing something for myself physically and mentally and emotionally. I'd love it if you tried the brain room and then tell me what you think about it. And like I said, go listen to Shannon Quinn, her explanation of it, because it's marvelous. And then you'll kind of see why mine is just different. But that's the other piece that I love about it, is that you can customize it to yourself. So that is now the real end. If you like this, give it a thumbs up.